Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome. Hopefully, this will work out. I am not sure how this is going to go. So, anybody in chat, let me know if anything weird happens. But we are going to be listening along to Epic the Musical. I have my wonderful husband here,
Hello.
Andrew, who's going to be listening along. And we'll just be chatting between songs or during songs, all that kind of stuff. One thing I wanted to show you guys before we get started because I'm very excited about this. You probably saw them in the corner because I've been having a ton of trouble with OBS today. But in the corner, if you'll direct your eyes up there, I'll be posting the images for this later. But my lovely, lovely friend Katie, Blue Katie Bug, made me little bird artwork so I can kind of show you guys who's flying around my trees that I can stare at while I'm recording. So I wanted to show them off for you guys before we get started. Okay, let's start with this one is my favorite. This is the chickadee. Um, we also have a little house finch because they kind of hang out every once in a while. We have a downy woodpecker. We have a mourning dove. I have my cardinal. They're always here. Blue jay. My absolute favorite, the red-bellied woodpecker. And a goldfinch. So keep your eye up in the corner. I'll be changing those as I see the birds kind of hanging around. But for now, I think we're gonna go ahead and get started. Hopefully it will work. Um, I will try to read messages as I can and chat. I'm just going to be making sure nothing goes crazy or weird. So I guess we'll get into the first song then. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it. The first one is The Horse and the Infant. And Andrew, you can tell me when to pause it if you have anything to say. And you're probably gonna have more to point out than I will.
Probably more in the later songs than the first one, or the first two.
Okay. Um, but yeah. All right. Hopefully you'll be able to hear everything. Just let me know if nothing sounds right or if anything breaks or if YouTube decides to just tell me I can't stream anymore because of this. So, all right. Let's see here. Let me make sure.
I do have maybe one
All right, my
complication.
brothers,
I can
listen
wait.
closely.
Oh.
Tonight we make the Trojans pay. 10 years of war, they killed us slowly. But now we'll be the ones who slay. Think of your wives and your children. Your families wonder where you've been.
Peanut, hello. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Let me know if everything sounds okay. I think everything's going well so far. I can't tell you how much I've been looking forward to doing this. Peanut, let me know if you have any insights as well. That is probably the most important little motif, the Penelope. It comes up all the time.
Penelope. What do you try for? Telemachus. What do you wish for? I'm on my way. What do you fight for? Attack!
Oh. One thing I did forget to mention, I wrote it on the screen in case I did forget. Just in case YouTube gets mad at me, I don't claim to own or produce any of this music. All credit goes to the creators. Even the concept art, I didn't do any of that either. So yeah, just to get that out of the way, I did write it on the screen too. So, all right, continuing.
outrun can only be dealt with right here and now. Tell me how. I don't think you're ready. A mission to kill someone's son, a foe who won't
Oh.
run, unlike anyone you have faced before. Say no more. I know that I'm ready. I don't think you're ready.
Okay.
It's just an infant.
See.
It's just a boy. What sort of imminent threat does he
Oh
pose
heck,
that
are
I
you playing your
cannot
guitar along with this, Peanut?
avoid?
That's awesome.
This is the
I'm
son
trying to
of
get chat to
none
work
other
too.
than Troy's very own Prince Hector. Know that he will grow from a boy to an avenger, one fumed with rage as you're consumed by age. If you don't end him now, you'll have no one left to save. You can say goodbye to Penelope. You can
Okay,
say
that's okay.
goodbye to Penelope. I could raise him as my
There we go.
or send him far away to find you wherever. Make sure his past is never gone. Will make it known. We're bringing you down on your knees for ya. I'm begging, please. The will of the gods. Please don't make me do this. Don't make me do this. The blood on your hands is something you won't lose. All you can choose is whose.
Peanut, do you have a favorite song to play on the guitar? That's so cool that you can play the music. I'm jealous. I want to play guitar, but I also don't want to try to learn. I tried once. It didn't go well. All right. Moving on to the next song.
I don't know
Probably.
if you wanted to stop there.
Oh, sure.
I had a few things we could go back and look at.
Okay. Go for
Um,
it.
some of the things I did like they did, and there's some sneaky things they put in. Maybe that's what my bits are gonna be like. Here's the sneaky things they put in. Um, back when Odysseus was telling the men to remember what they fight for, and he does like the Penelope and Telemachus, I fight for ours. I noticed they put the heartbeat as if to be like it's his own internal monologue of what he's thinking, and then the next thing that comes up right after that is the men asking, "What do you fight for?" So that's a fun little like back and forth where he's using the sound effects to kind of illustrate what's going on in the scene when he can't visually.
Can
So the
I?
heartbeat was actually carries quite a bit. I don't know if you want to go back and play that part or not. You don't have to.
Yeah, I can try to find it.
Yes, sir. Every pain now. Ask
Around
yourself
here?
inside what
Yeah.
you live for, what you try for, what you wish for, what you fight for.
I'm listening. I'm a few seconds behind. We'll fix that in a second.
Oh, there's the heartbeat. Yep.
And then when he says, "I'm on my way," coming up, you hear his main instrument, the electric guitar, showing up.
I fight for all. What do you live for? Penelope. What do you try for? Telemachus. What do you wish for? I'm on my way. What do you fight for? Attack!
Which is a nice little touch.
Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah, the Penelope motif is also one of the most, I want to say the most common motif that comes up throughout Epic. So that one's a fun one. Good catch with the heartbeat. I didn't actually ever hear that one.
I think I think the hawk is that might be a call out to Assassin's Creed, but I don't remember. My brain could be making that up. And
Hmm.
then there's
I think it's
of
an
the bridge.
eagle.
Oh, go ahead.
I think it's an eagle.
Is it an eagle?
Zeus's like eagle, or Zeus's like symbol, I think, is an eagle. Maybe.
Huh.
I could be wrong.
That's cool. The only other note I had was in the bridge swell when Odysseus and Zeus are fighting back and forth.
Hmm.
One of the most savage lines, Odysseus is like, "I'll make sure his past is never known," and Zeus is like, "The gods will make it known. You're not getting out of this, buddy."
Oh, one thing I want to point out. I'm trying to try not to spoil where it comes up, but during the Zeus slash Odysseus part, listening to Zeus's part, it is a motif that comes up later. If I can find it. What when does it come up?
I'm trying to remember.
Oh yeah, yeah, when they're I'll point this out later, but I'll just say remember, listen to the background, listen to the melody or the musical movement of how Zeus's lines go behind Odysseus and remember it because it will come
Oh,
up much later.
I remember where it comes up. I'll make a note for
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I'll make a note for that one.
You can say goodbye to
Not this part.
You can say goodbye to I could raise him as my own
This part.
or send him far away to make sure his past is never gone. I'm gonna wait for ya, down on my knees for ya. I'm begging please.
Yeah, so that do 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 that little motif that will come up later. So remember that because it's really cool.
Mm-hmm. There might be
Um
others in the song, but I don't
oh,
remember them all.
I'm sure there are. And like I said, Peanut, if you have any insights that we didn't catch or any musical stuff, let us know and I will point it out. But we'll move on to Just a Man, I think is the next
One
one.
technical thing.
Oh,
I don't know if you're going to be able to share the screen over Discord or not, because my stream audio, I have to listen to the stream a few seconds behind. But if that's going to crash things, then I'll just deal with it.
um, it might make things weird.
Okay.
If you're okay with that, I think we can still make it work.
I will try to make it work.
Okay. All right, on to Just a Man. Okay, before we even start, that little is that the guitar right there, right at the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same little thing that happens when Hermes shows up later? That that little strum? Huh. I'll have to listen to that.
Uh, I mean, same instrument, but I don't know if that's the same note.
I'll listen for it when we get there. Anyway, this is a game of try not to sing for me.
I look into your eyes and I think back to the son of mine. You're as old as he was when I left for war.
I like the softness of the beginning of this song.
These actions haunt my days. Every man I've slain is the price I pay. Endless pain. Close your eyes and spare yourself the view. How could I hurt you?
Full Speed Ahead is a good one, Peanut. I can't believe you can play that. That's so cool.
Who's trying to go home even after
Oh, they might have Penelope's viola in the background of this.
I'm just a man who's fighting for his life.
Thought it was cello, but it might be viola.
Down I would trade the world to see my son and wife. I'm just a man. But when does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become
Favorite part?
a monster?
I
When
love the swelling of the instruments.
become a tidal wave? When does the reason become the blame? When does a man become a monster? When does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster?
I'm gonna stop it right here because the image of Odysseus holding this child over a wall and his men watching and singing in the background is just like I've seen so many animators do that during this part, just having his men watch Odysseus hold this kid over the wall. Um,
Well, and it adds a lot of drama to the crew voices speaking back up. The
mhm,
voices, like the choir voice, is its own instrument too, so
mhm,
pay attention to when they come up. But that's a really good time for them to enter for sure.
mhm.
I'm just a man.
I always expect there to be like some big like finish there, and it's just like not that it's a bad thing, but it just like ends with I'm just a man, and I always expect like a big thing of instruments to come up at the end.
That could
Um,
be like when he's dealing the final blow, so to speak,
yeah.
is like watching gravity do its job on that final note, which just makes it heart wrenching.
Yeah, but I always expect the hit.
Oh, true. And
But
they kind of fade that through.
yeah, but hey, it still works. It's still very impactful. Peanut, are you ready with your guitar? Because it is time for full speed ahead. This is one of my favorites. This one's just such a fun song. Little introduction to some of the characters that will be popping up here and there. Yeah, nope, he just drops the baby.
There's
Yep.
going to be a lot of harkening back to that song in particular, like at least 5 times throughout the musical. Very exciting, at least in terms of the connections, not the content per se.
Mhm. All right, get ready, Peanut. Here we go.
600 men,
Excellent touch of the waves.
600 men under my command, with only one goal in mind. Make it back alive to our homeland. 600 men,
Since I can't sing, I'm having a dance party over here.
of open sea.
Grayson hears me sing the male vocal parts all the time.
And
The crew.
Ithaca's waiting, my kingdom is waiting, Penelope's waiting for me. So full speed ahead, full speed ahead.
All
Captain,
right, I'm gonna pause it here real quick because I want to point out. So everybody in Epic, sorry Peanut if I interrupted your playing. Everybody in Epic mostly has their own instrument. So Odysseus is guitar, Penelope's viola. I think Jorge has described Eurylochus as just being the vocals. The crew is
Or
his
like the crew in
instrument.
general.
The crew
Yeah.
in general, because Eurylochus represents the mindset of the crew, which is really cool. So yeah, I wanted to point that out because it's really cool. Because every time you hear Eurylochus, you're usually hearing the crew with him. Um, so yeah, that's really cool. Anyway, onwards.
600 men, 600 men with big mouths to feed. And we've run out of supplies to eat. Curse the war of food stores to clean.
Also, great use of drums. Rolling drums.
600 reasons to take what we can. So Captain, what's the plan? Captain, what's the plan? Watch where the birds fly. They will lead us to land. There we'll hunt for food, my second in command. Now for speed ahead.
I like this little we're off motif. It's so cool.
Captain,
Ah!
look!
Apologies.
There in the distance, I see an island. I see a light that faintly glows. Maybe they're people lighting a fire. Maybe they'll share some food, who knows? Something feels off here. I see fire, but there's no smoke. I say we strike
I love
first. We
Polites.
don't have time to waste, so let's break the place and... No, Polites, gear up. You and I'll go ahead. You and I'll go ahead.
Great delivery of no.
Try to find a way no one ends sunrise. And if we don't return, then 600 men can make this whole place burn. Now full speed ahead. Full speed ahead.
And the guitar.
Full speed ahead. We're off and away we go. We're off and away we go. Full speed ahead.
Ah, the drum beat at the end is so good. And the waves, I think, keep going in the background, which is really cool.
There's also a good Odysseus and Polites, like they sing the full speed ahead together as if they're on their own, what is it?
They're on a lifeboat, or not
Their
lifeboat,
own little
but
lifeboat going towards the island. Yeah, like just the putting of two of them together makes me think that they're on their own boat now.
Mhm. All right. One of my other favorite. I'm gonna say this for everyone. I love Open Arms. That's one's next. I used it in my D&D characters playlist because it's very her. um, but Open Arms is a good one. I really like this one because it just shows and Odysseus and the influence Polites kind of has on Odysseus and maybe vice versa. Um, you always like to end that song with a power chord. Ooh, nice. I wish I could hear you play. That would be so cool. All right, Open Arms. Here we go. Ow, hit my computer. I'm spinning in my spinny chair.
Relax, my friend. Huh? I can tell you're getting nervous, so do yourself a service.
Huh?
Relax, my friend. Fine polities. Think of all that we have been through. We'll survive what we get into. I know that you're tired of the war and bloodshed. Tell me, is this how we're supposed to live? Look at how you grip your sword, enough said. Why should we take when we could give? You can show a person that you trust them when you stop and lower your guard. Here we have a chance for some adjustment. Give it a try, it's not that hard. I'm telling you, this life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. Whatever we
I'll have to listen to it. That's so cool.
no matter the place, we can light up the world. Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms. Stay back, my
I think
friend.
Jorge also did the little minions as well.
We're only here
I think that's him.
600 friends are waiting for us to show our faces. Stay back, I'm warning you. If we don't get back safely, my men will turn this place into blazes. See? This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms.
The little minions in the background is so fun. The Lotus Eaters, I guess I should call them.
The guitar comes back.
But look at the way this fruit is glowing and filled with glowing seeds. It took me a while to notice just what kind of fruit they eat. It's a lotus, it controls your mind and never lets you free. That's what we'd get with open arms. Lotus eaters, I'd like to show my friend that kindness is brave. Could you tell me where there's other food to eat?
I love the little Lotus Eaters.
You're saying there's a cave where we could
Oh, did I?
be.
Oh, I'll go back.
And where do we sail to find this food-filled cave?
I missed Scary Cave.
This life is amazing when
It's
you
great.
greet with open arms. I see in your face there's so much guilt inside your heart. So why not replace it and light up the world? Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms. You can relax, my friend.
I do have to go back to the best Winyan part.
When you greet
Got
it
a
with
decent bit written on this one.
Oh, do you?
food
Nice.
to eat. The cave, scary cave. A cave!
There's Scary Cave. You can hear in the background when he does the little Lotus Eaters, he's responding to Polites. It's like, a cave! Scary Cave.
Scary cave.
That's one of
That
my
one gets
favorite
stuck in
parts.
my head all the time. I quote it to Boo. A cave, scary cave.
Alright, what do you have for. Shush.
Um,
What do you have for.
some of the fun things at the beginning, Odysseus says, "Huh?" and "I'm fine, Polites." Like they're very conversational sing song. I think that's the first time we've. I don't know. Maybe that was in the first song, but that's like the first time I feel like I've really seen it used very well. There's just the, "Huh?" That was a good touch. And Polites, "See?" and then they go back into sing song. So there's a lot of good like back and forth between musical storytelling and almost like lore speak um,
Hmm.
conversation. I like that. And the when the Lotus Eaters come up, we get our first appearance, I believe, of a weapon appearing in the soundtrack. That comes up many
Oh, yeah, the
times
sword
in
draw?
this. The sword draw is very nice and piercing, pun intended, as he is like, monsters. Um, and then with the monsters, the Lotus Eaters, I just they remind me of the aliens from Toy Story every time.
The claw.
Every time, I'm like the claw, cave, scary cave.
um,
Just every time.
Peanut had a good point out for you two to listen to. He said, "I love how there's so many versions of the guitar, which is Odysseus's main instrument, but depending on his emotion, you get acoustic, electric with a clean tone, and then the distorted electric, which comes much later. But it's so cool.
And then I love the num num from
Nom
the
nom nom.
Lotus Eaters. It's just all the extra accentuating little side noises from them is great. Um, the bass when it's like when they show up and Polity's like, dude, greet the world with open arms. The bass is just like, what's he gonna do? Hum hum hum. That's a very good part. Two more notes from me. I like how the Lotus Eaters go food, and then later my brain plays it in my head, even though they don't do it. It was that impactful where I'm just like, it belongs there every time, even though it doesn't. But it likes to fill that little melody in.
Hmm.
And then at the end, his tone when he's like, "Greet the world with open arms," back to Polites. I can't tell whether he's like accepting it at that point. I think that's what he's supposed to be doing, or if he's just like, wow, this is crazy. Like I'm not sure I believe it, but good on you, Polites.
I think it's
Just the
more
way he
accepting, like
tones it.
a
You
chill
think?
acceptance. I think like a chill
It could
realization.
be.
Maybe I that's how I interpreted it, as like him calming down and agreeing with Polites. Maybe.
That's a fun one to go back and listen to either now or later for listeners, but just to interpret from that tone, there's so many different ways you could take it.
Here, I can pull it back up. Yeah, open arms, and we'll go towards the end.
Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms. You can relax, my friend.
Like I just imagine the shrug and the nodding no with your eyes closed while he's just like, I don't know, whatever.
Alright, on to the last of the Troy saga, and one of my the first appearance of my absolute favorite character, beside Polites, Athena. I'm so excited. I love Athena so much.
I
She's
was
my
gonna say, I'm like,
favorite.
isn't it Polites?
Polites is my favorite, but Athena is awesome, and like the impact Athena has on the story and like all of her beats is so cool, and I love it.
Then I think listen for piano while we're listening to her, if I remember right.
Yeah, Athena's theme and a lot of Athena's like little sayings and motifs come up quite a bit throughout uh Epic. So keep a
Like they're
keen
hard to
ear.
track.
They're hard to track and they're usually very quiet, but it's something to listen to very very closely. So feel free to stop me in the middle of the song if you want to point anything out, but I'm gonna go ahead and play this one's Warrior of the Mind. That motif right there. My favorite goddess, yes.
It's almost the Lotus Eaters in the background. It's not, but it's almost.
uh, the voice of the girl voices Athena is so good.
Good time change in terms, or not musically, but instrumentally with the sounds.
Yeah. I think a cool placement with the time change because it's literally a time change. She's going back in time to when she first met Odysseus. Um, that's maybe purposeful. I'm assuming it's purposeful, but yeah. One thing to listen to in Athena's voice, you'll catch this as the song goes, but she starts her notes, her last note on mind, super clean, super crisp, no fluctuations or anything or movement at all. But as she's working with Odysseus, his influence on her comes in a little bit on that last note, and she'll start copying him. But I love to point that out. It's so cool.
Huh, I don't think I ever paid attention to that. That's
Yeah,
that's good.
listen how she sings "Mind." So that one was clean, crisp, no changes, no nothing.
Show
Lotus
yourself.
Eaters.
I know you're watching me.
Show yourself.
I can see you.
How can you see through my spell?
I was lying, and you fell for my bluff.
I like his little ha ha ha.
To me, what's your name?
You first, and maybe I'll do the same.
Nice try, but two can play this game.
Nah, don't be modest. I know you're a goddess, so let's be honest. You are Athena. Athena, badass in the arena.
The rhyme's really good.
Queen of the best strategies we've seen.
Looking for a mentor, I'll make sure your time's well spent.
Sounds like a plan, goddess and man, best as a friend.
We'll see where it ends.
Okay.
The best part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then they'll see I know we'll change the world, 'cause we are the warriors of the mind.
All right, clean note there on mind.
One day we'll reach them, and we can build their skills as we teach them. If there's a problem, we'll have the answer. We are the warriors of the mind.
And there she mimics at Odysseus.
Make sure you don't fall behind. Don't forget that you're a warrior of a very special kind. You are a warrior of the mind. Don't disappoint me.
And that mind, when she starts changing it to mind, will come back later in a couple of songs as they grow apart. But this is them coming together. And it's so cool how she just copies his notes. And Telemachus will do the same thing, kind of, later.
Odie's harmony is a lot of fun on that. Yeah. I couldn't tell. This may be something for a re-listen at some point. Whether the instruments follow Athena's change. and how she holds that note or not. I didn't catch whether or not they did,
I can try to go back
but
and find moments.
I don't know where it'd be, so I don't know if we want to go back,
Uh,
but
Maybe
that's
we can
something maybe
listen
to
to it
look.
and find it.
Yeah, that's something to watch for on re-listen. This whole thing is a scavenger hunt of little trivia bits.
All right.
Also, I think
Oh,
young Odysseus's instrument is the bongos, although maybe that's the boar.
I think that might be the boar. I think
I think
Odysseus
it's
is
the
still
boar.
pretty exclusively the guitar.
Okay, so probably the boar then. And then I really like the. We'll see where it ends. Okay,
It was
they just slip in really transparent moments with the characters like
yeah.
that.
I just like just to show Odysseus's wit, his back and forth with Athena, just because I mean she's a goddess. Usually people probably answer her questions right away, and this kid is just like, ah, you tell me who you are first. um, but I'm gonna transition this because now we are moving on to the Cyclops saga. Um, this is probably one of my more least listened to sagas. I listen to it for every once in a while, but I don't listen to the Cyclops saga as much.
I like this one.
Other than the last song of Cyclops saga because Athena. But you really like this one, so I'm sure you have a lot to add
Well,
to it.
granted, I run the villains in D&D, so occupational hazard, but
But yeah, I'll move on to Polyphemus. Sheep.
oh, the bow. Listen for that.
Over here.
I think I
Look
missed
at
it.
all this
Yeah.
food.
Polities!
Look at all these sheep. I can't believe this cave has all this for us to keep.
I've gotta hand it to
You like this one? Cool, cool, cool.
This is quite the treat.
This is a good one. Like, it's not a bad saga. It's just, I don't listen to it as often.
It's almost too perfect, too good to be true. Why would the Lotus Eaters pass up on all this food?
Dun dun dun.
Hey there. We're just travelers. We come in peace. You killed my sheep. My favorite sheep.
I think that's a
There's the
cello in the
cello.
background. Yeah.
Yes, that's the cello.
What gives you the right to deal a pain so deep? Don't you know that pain you sow is pain you reap? Time to your blood over where you stand. Your life now is in my hand. Before I'm done, you will learn that it's not so fun to take. You came to my home to steal.
Jorge also voices the Cyclops, by the way.
Oh, I did not know that.
Hmm.
Take from you like you took from me. There's been a misunderstanding. We never came here to steal. But now that I see we've done some damage, maybe you and I can make a deal. I'll give you our finest treasure, so long as we leave alive. You can keep the world's best tasting wine. Wine? Have a drink, one sip and you'll understand the power that's in your hands. A wine so fresh, you'd never want to eat human flesh again. That we
I think you might be right, Peanut.
shedding here today. A trade you see, a gift from you and a gift from me. I'd like to thank you. Stranger, what's your name?
Before we get to this part, I know the Odyssey came out. I am so sad that they left this part out of that movie. it's like it shows how smart Odysseus is. It's so good. How could you take it out of the movie? But anyway, this is a great little thing from Odysseus.
My name is nobody, nobody, nobody. Nobody for your gift. I've won to reply.
The rhymes.
I'm so glad we see eye to eye. Yes, you shall be
Also the heartbeat
the
thing.
final man to die. What? Watch out!
So that was Polyphemus. That was such a good one. Do you have anything you want to talk about before we go to the next one?
Yeah, maybe some things to go back to.
Mhm.
Might be worth a re-listen. The very beginning, the bow shot
Mm.
is really good. That's the first time we hear that, and it comes up a few other times. So that's a sound we want to tune into, and
Mhm.
also good sheep.
Good sheep. All
Good
right,
sheep.
hang on. Here's the beginning of it. There it is. That was really cool.
Yeah, I'm a few seconds behind, but it came in for me. Um, the we don't have to replay this one, but the really great touch with when Polyphemus goes, "Who are you?" and the strings go like whenever you can make string instruments shiver like that, that's a really good touch. And they did that a few times here, I think. So that was a very nice musical touch,
Vina, that's funny. I like to think Odie caused this fight by trying to be funny with the eye to eye thing.
just because of the pun.
Yes. And I think so. I've watched a couple of people. I'm taking sign language classes, and I've watched a couple of songs signed. I think I think I've seen like one or two people. They'll do eye to eye. They'll like two fingers like in front of both of your eyes, so like watching you kind of move. But they'll transition from two fingers to one finger and point to the Cyclops because he has one eye. So like two
Oh,
fingers like the watching you sign pointing in front of your face and then one finger
but it's
pointing
just
out
one
as the Cyclops' eye. I think I've seen a couple people do
savage.
that. It's kind of cool. If you guys have not already, there's a really I don't remember her name on YouTube, but there's a really great signer who does a lot of epic songs and this musical I have to say is so great with American Sign Language because there's so many hidden meanings behind some of the words. I can point these out to you as we go through the ones that I've seen signed. But like sign language can really get the depth of the lyrics a little bit more than just singing and lyrics in English. It was so cool. I really like that.
Got
Anything
a
else?
few more.
Yeah.
We don't have to replay it, but they again great use of bass to keep tension. Throughout a lot of the song too, they keep the music still because the confrontation is still, like they're kind of stalemated, sort of, until they're not. But good use of bass. The another instrument touch I really liked was I call them the Tron synths from Daft Punk, just the underlying ascending synths playing. I don't know if you need to go back and play that one to hear what I'm saying, but that keeps good tension building
Where is
throughout of
that?
it. Um, right after we're just travelers, we come in peace. After the cello, time to drink, I think is the
For
area.
us to keep
Mm,
perfect.
I think this part.
Hey there.
I'm behind. It's gonna be a
We're
little
just
bit ahead.
travelers.
All right, I'll let it play out.
When the
Come in
instruments
peace.
start picking up,
You killed my sheep, my favorite sheep. What gives
you're
you
probably
the
about to reach
right
it.
to deal a pain so deep? Don't you know that pain you sow is pain you reap? Time to
I think this
drink
part.
your blood
Oh
over
yeah, yeah, yeah.
your life now is in my hand.
That's probably a good sample, but like just
Mhm.
the ascending staircase style notes, whatever that is, it's a really good touch.
Mhm.
And then the last thing, my notes, back to that eye to eye thing. I think the singer of Odysseus did a really good job giving him a very sheepish, uh, "Hey there." Like that whole delivery, pun intended, was very like a sheepish, awkward, like oh,
Ori
and
does a good job
just
with Odysseus.
yeah, it stands out to me very much. Yeah, you could just like see the sheepish smile on his face as he's like, crap.
All right.
That's all I've got for that song.
Mhm. Next is Survive.
Good Elden Ring intro. Also, the choir singing Polyphemus, I believe.
I think so. I like the drums in the background. Also, call back to Full Speed Ahead with the melody.
And the drums, because
Mhm.
of the ship. It's very Elden Ring.
It is very Elden Ring.
There's a good moment of Odysseus coming above the men
Mm.
vocally.
The is it like the goodbye or I think it's a
Push
goodbye?
forth.
Put forth. Okay. Ah, my heart.
He's got a club. He's got a club! What are our orders? Captain! Captain! You've hurt me enough. 600 lives I'll take. 600 lives I'll break. And when I kill you, then my pain is over. You're dying here and now. Escape is not allowed. You won't live through this day. Now die.
Ah. I the first time I listened to this and I heard Open Arms, I'm like, oh, Polities is so great, like it's awesome. And then I heard this song. I was so excited to like, 'cause I loved Open Arms, I love Polities and like Full Speed Ahead, and it took me a while to realize that that was Polities as well until I watched an
Yeah,
animation of it, and then I realized because Polities
he's the
doesn't
first
come
one.
back up, and so I'm like, oh, what happened to Polities? Oh, okay.
He's the first one. Oh.
uh, oh,
Something from this I noticed, especially at the beginning, is like the war drums are there with the crew. I wonder if we're going to hear the war drums very much later in the series. Let's listen and see if they reduce because a whole bunch of men died here, and so I wonder if they're going to tone back the drums any because the crew count is smaller.
Maybe. We'll see. Okay.
Also, for the audience at home, is anyone counting how many club strikes there are? Because it's sad.
Oh, I did not count how many there were. I never have.
I think it's at least 20 something probably.
Oh. All right. Next one is Remember Them, which is I like this one. Remember Them's a good one. And I think there's some callbacks later in the series to Remember Them, if I
I think
remember
there
correctly.
are. Oh,
Um,
there's one I'm going to point out specifically, I'm pretty sure, but we'll get into it.
ugh. Poor Polity is ugh. I think it's some of the darker guitar that we're hearing now.
Yeah.
We must move quickly.
Ugh, he's so good.
He didn't notice I mixed low.
The bass is very stealthy.
Mark my words now. This is not the end. But Captain, what do we do?
Great echo from the guitar.
Remember them when the fire begins to fade. For the fallen and afraid, we are not to let them die in vain. Remember them. We're the ones who carry on the flames of those who've gone, and our comrades will not die in vain. I need all our hands on his club. This is how we're getting out of here. Use your swords to sharpen this stuff and turn it to a giant spear. Let's kill him. His body is blocking the path. If we kill him, we'll be stuck inside. Captain, where do we attack him? We gotta stab him in the eye. Yes, sir. Remember them when the fire begins to fade. For the fallen
I love the instrumental of this song. It's so good. Yes, I agree, Peanut. The power chords.
There are more of them? Who hurts you? Hide.
The heartbeat is back.
Hurts you. Captain, we should run.
I would be Eurylochus in this part.
Captain,
Wait.
A callback to the nobody trick that he just pulled.
the sheep and away we go.
And there's Athena.
Have you forgotten the lessons I taught you? He's still a threat until he's dead. Finish it.
So one thing I've noticed with Athena, when that little piano section happens, I think that's representative of her quick thought, like power, where she can like slow time and talk to someone in their head, and that's why no one else is like reacting
And
to it. But that
And that's
that
Warrior of the Mind motif, isn't it?
I think so. That's just Athena's motif, just that key. But that signals when Athena is doing her little quick thought thing, which is kind of cool.
No?
What good would killing do when mercy is a skill more of this world could learn to use? My friend is dead, our foe is blind, the blood we shed, it never dries. Is this what it means to be a warrior of the mind?
Don't!
Hey, Cyclops! When we met, I led with peace, while you fed your inner beast. But my comrades will not die in vain. Remember them.
Return of the War Drums. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the
So,
boat at the end, the
yeah.
boat creaking.
This is where Odysseus messes everything up, in my opinion.
I do have a little on the song, but yeah. I saw an internet comment where he basically doxed himself, and I'm like,
Yep,
that is so
yep.
true.
Um, before you say yours, just to point out, if you guys watch, you guys should watch the animations of these songs because they always have like everyone I've seen always has a moment where after he says I am Odysseus, it pans to the Cyclops who just slowly smiles. It's so
That's a
so
good
good.
touch.
Oop, big mistake. Now he's gonna call his dad. Yep, yep. All right, what do you have?
This is all actually from when Odysseus is talking to Athena. Yeah, Athena. I wrote the word schemer, and I'm trying to remember. Oh no, schemer was during the wait, because I can just imagine him smiling as he's like, "Wait, I know my nobody trick is gonna work. Just hang on." Like that's a very good schemer delivery
Mhm.
vocally. Also, I noticed when Athena's talking to him, the ticking clock is apparently in stereo, at least on my headphones. So
I
that
don't
was,
think I noticed the clock. I mean, I know it's there
yeah,
in most songs, but I didn't hear it.
yeah. It's whenever she like comes in and does the quick mind thing. Well,
Mhm.
no, every time, but it was there and it was in stereo, so I was like left to right, left to right. It's a
Huh.
metronome, so that was pretty
Nice.
cool. Um, and when Odysseus is starting to address the Cyclops at the end, they added little bass drops. Like when you
Hmm.
fed your inner beast, there was a bass drop, like ew type of thing.
Huh.
So that was a nice little musical touch.
Uh-huh.
But the last big thing that I'm going to pay attention to, because I think it only shows up two more times in the series, and the times they pick for it, oh my gosh, are the melody of the woes. Um, I know they played at the
mm.
end when he's saying, "I'm the king of Ithaca. I'm neither man nor mythical." They have the crew going, "Whoa!" That "whoa" shows up at some really important points later, and it's got to be intentional. But we're gonna come back to those so long as I'm here because those are important. Those specific "woes." So there's
Mhm.
another motif we'll listen to later on. I'll call it out because wow.
The amount of storytelling Jorge does with the music and the motifs and the little hidden things. Ah, you listen to it so many times trying to find all the hidden motifs.
That's all I got.
Yes, Peanut, the journey could have been over right there, man. All right. Another one of my absolute favorites is Next In's My Goodbye. I love this song.
You are reckless, sentimental at best. That's not a teaching of mine. You've grown soft, your dead friends can attest. Hey, put your emotions aside. You're a warrior, meant to lead the rest. I don't know where I went wrong, but I warned ya, and you failed the test. So now I'm gone. This way, you'll know what your place is. This way, you can't cross the
All
line.
piano
This
right now. Very
Mhm.
nice.
way, when all is
Athena's
over, you'll keep
instrument
yours,
piano.
and I'll keep mine. This way, you won't disappoint me. This way, you won't waste my time. This way, I'll close the door. Consider this as my goodbye.
That's just like you. Why should I be surprised? Selfish and prideful and vain, unlike you.
And Mood
Odysseus's
electric.
guitar, yeah.
I'm left to deal with the strain. What's a title that a goddess could lend? If I'll never sleep at night, I'll remind you I saw you as a friend. But now we're done. This way, you're out of my head now. This way, you won't plague my life. This way, when all is done, you're out of sight and out of mind. This way, you get what you wanted. This way,
much interplay between the acoustic and the electric. It's all
Mhm.
over.
At least I know what I'm fighting for while you're fighting to be known. Since you claim you're so much wiser, why
I
so
kept the piano for that part.
all alone? You're alone.
One day you'll hear what I'm saying. One day you might understand. One day, but not today. For after all, you're just gone. This day you sever your own head. This day you cut the line. This day you lost it all. Consider this as my goodbye. Consider this as my goodbye.
Listen to this next one. And then her last one. She reverts back to her clean, crisp note. I love the ending of that song because you have her doing his little, I don't know what to call it, the little, the warrior of the mind, mine. She does that with the goodbye, and then she goes back to her straight held note, and it's just so cool. It just shows the distance between them now that they're not working together. It's so good. I love that one.
Does add a lot to that, knowing her how she does her melodies there.
Mhm.
It's true.
And then
They also do a good job with like the time shift sound effects. I think we've called that out earlier, but this song it's really pronounced.
mhm.
The harken back to Just a Man is in there, like with the crew is really good.
Mhm. And
One thing that reminded me actually, go ahead.
just the play between the piano and the guitar as they're going back and forth is
Yeah.
fun.
And even Odysseus's moods, like between it was acoustic, then it was electric, and then it was both. Like just that build up is pretty good.
As he's getting a little more angry with her, and then yeah.
The other thing I remembered back from actually Polyphemus, in terms of sound effects, the time sound effects reminded me they did a really good job with the sound effect of the club swinging, the whoosh,
Mhm.
like straight from video game stuff. They're just they're on top of it with the sound effects in this series.
Mhm. All right. Moving on to the last saga. It may or may not be the last one. We might actually get through one more. So we might have two more sagas, maybe, depending on how much we chat between them. I'm going to go here and do that because it is the Ocean Saga next, which is a really fun one. I like this one quite a bit. Yeah, I'll get here. This one's Storm. This one's really cool.
These waves and tides have grown in strength and size. Is it nature or divine?
I think we have a little bit of electric guitar in this one.
Skies are homes inside. These storms are final.
And the brass is really good. I think that's
Mhm.
the term.
Mhm.
Brace for a storm. The likes of which we've never seen before. Brace for a storm.
It is. It's so fun to sing along too. Like I said, this whole video is gonna be a don't sing challenge. Um, just know that I'm mouthing all of the words to all of the songs.
Towards the island, but avoid the crashing waves.
Full speed ahead.
Where the tide is flat, and then you will be safe. Captain, we will capsize with these waves. Our fleet will fail. Have them follow my ship, all ensure that we prevail. Storm, we're taking too much damage.
That harmony is
You're the best
so good.
representations, as many as you can find. What do you have in mind? We're gonna shoot for the sky. What? Everyone grab a harpoon and aim it high.
The play between Odysseus and Eurylochus in these next two songs are just so good.
Shooting for the island in the sky. In the sky.
That's his most triumphant note in the whole song is shooting for the Sky Island.
hmm I don't have too much for
Got a
that
few,
one. It's just a fun one.
got a few small things. You called out the double harmony when they see the island in the sky. That actually is almost a callback to Polites.
hmm.
I think, what was it? Sorry, I'm forgetting the song name. The one after the Trojan War, the ship sailing one where Polites is
Full speed
introduced.
ahead.
Yeah, full speed ahead. I thought there was a time in there where Odysseus and Polites are singing together, so now it's Odysseus and Eurylochus because they're together.
hmm
So, just a little sort of loose connection.
Uh-huh.
Um, I like another thing. This introduces another name for the saga. It's called the What? The saga. We got our first what in this
Yes.
song.
Oh my gosh. Like I said, I love the interplay between Eurylochus and Odysseus just because the sass between the two of them going back and forth in these two songs. It's just like, we're shooting for the island in the sky. What? What?
What? Yeah.
This is the What Saga.
So, and the last thing, I don't know if this is a Homer thing or if this was a Jorge thing, but sometimes it feels like they do Eurylochus dirty, and then I have to remember that I think Eurylochus is supposed to be an obstacle to Odysseus. At least that's the vibe I get from listening to this, and so sometimes my heart feels out for him, but it seems like plot-wise, this is where they first really start showing him as a, a sort of obstacle. So
hmm
something to think on as we listen to it, up to interpretation, obviously, but
Uh-huh.
he's all like, "We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it," and Odysseus is right now is like, "We are gonna make it. Shut up. Follow me." But later, obviously, it'll get more tense.
hmm Um, I agree with Peanut too. I like how no one knows that Aeolus is a woman until Keep Your Friends Close. This is true because they will say. I think it's either he's saying in the next song. I'll point it out, but I'm gonna ask them for help. Odysseus. I think I misheard that maybe as I'm gonna ask him for help, and then Aeolus is a woman, so I think I'm gonna ask them for help. But just the way the song was,
It
it
might
sounded
be.
like him. Um, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna move on to Luck Runs Out. This one's a fun. This one was one of your favorites for a while, wasn't it?
Oh yes, 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 yes.
Please don't tell me you're about to do what I think you'll do. You've heard the legends of the island in the sky. This proves they're true. We're in the home of the wind god. We don't know for sure. How many floating islands have you seen before?
That is my favorite line of Odysseus's in this saga, probably. How many floating islands have you seen before? Just, the sass. And I've seen so many people reacting to this as like the facial expressions they would have, and Odysseus is usually this deadpan, like, what are you? It's a floating island, dude. Come on. Anyway, it's so good.
This is the home of the wind god. And what's your plan? I'm gonna climb to the top and ask him for a hand. You could be caught off guard and
Though
lose
I
your
do
whole
love
life for
Eurylochus' part in this song. It's so good.
strive. Don't forget how dangerous the gods are. Have faith, friend, we've come this far. Yes, but how much longer till your luck runs out? How much longer till the show goes south? How much longer till we all fall down? You rely on wind and people die on it. Whoa. I still believe in goodness. I
Good touch on guitar.
from the heart
Mhm.
and see what starts. And what will we do when it tears us apart? Where is this coming from, my friend? I just don't wanna see another life end. You're like the brother I could never do without. And suddenly you doubt that I could figure this out. Captain, how much longer till your luck runs out? How much longer till the show goes south? How much longer till we all fall down? You rely on wit and people die on it.
I might ask you to expand on what you mean, Peanut.
Till the snake breaks free.
It's supposed to be a floating, just water island?
How much longer till your strength takes leave? You rely on wit and people die on it. Whoa. Thank you for the concern, but brother, I can assure you, our journey is almost done. I understand that we're tired, I understand that we're phased, but don't forget how much we've already faced. I took
And a
some
music
time
level of
to war
guitar.
without
It's really good.
knowing who died there. In case you needed a reminder, if you'd like to speak more, let me pull you aside then. I need to talk to you in private. I can't have you planting seeds of doubt. I can't have you disagreeing each route. I need you to always be devout and comply with this, or we'll all die in this. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Anything to add for that one? I just love
A bunch.
uh Eurylochus, his part in that is just so good.
I think the reason this song made me latch onto the series a ton because it's like the dreamer versus the logistics person. Like the classic conflict between them is really portrayed in this because the logistics person, Eurylochus, is like, there's so many ways this could go wrong, buddy. Like, think about the risks. And Odysseus is like, nope, I got a dream. It's going to work out. Here we go. And again, maybe that's where like it's trying to show the hubris of Odysseus, but also like the obstacle of like doubt that Eurylochus is. But at the same time, I just love the interplay between the doubter and the dreamer type of thing. I relate to that a lot because I'm a logistics guy at work. I'm the guy who's often having to say the Eurylochus things to people to be like, don't break it. Um, so that's I think that's why I latched onto this song. And the piano, they leave a lot of room for the piano to tell the mood with the back and forth notes that it does. And I think it was pre-chorus two somewhere where like it's just the piano and the acoustic, and letting the piano play the chords there just really lets it shine without a lot else needing to be there. The minimalistic presence is really good for it. And then at the very end, when Odysseus like, "Come here, dude," I'm just like, he's getting told off by the boss. That's how it feels like every time. Is you're getting pulled into the manager's like cubicle and you're about to get scolded.
Oh my goodness.
Um, that's just the vibe because the quote I know is like, "A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still." That is very much that scene where Odysseus is telling Eurylochus, "Dude, it doesn't matter what you think. I need command of my people." And
Uh,
Eurylochus is like, fine. But he still doesn't believe that this is the right path. And I think we'll see that play out.
Mhm.
So it's like, yeah, you can tell him off, but then we'll see how successful that actually is. It's where trust starts to break because he's having to assert power rather than persuasion.
Mhm. Peanut had a good insight from the actual myth, I think. Um, so apparently, back then the term floating island was commonly perceived as an island that wasn't connected to the ocean floor and simply drifted. So it's not a sky island, it's just a floating island that literally just floats around and moves. Which
Huh.
I think that goes back to the original myth, and I don't I completely forgot about that. I think I knew it, but I forgot about it. So thank you for that insight. Um, yeah,
It
I
goes
mean,
to show where I had to take some liberal interpretations sometimes to make this thing unique, but
mhm,
it's a good way to still connect with modern audiences, I think.
mhm. Okay. On to the next song, which is another one of my favorites. This one's very fun. It's the Keep Your Friends Close, and I like this one a lot.
Oh yes, you do.
I like Aeolus.
First
And he,
time we hear the, I think it's a flute.
yeah, that's Aeolus's instrument. And Peanut pointed out he calls her God and not goddess, which is just
Uh,
interesting.
I ask for your assistance so we at last can go the distance. Can you cast the perfect winds for us and aid our journey home?
Ha ha ha! I am the wind, twisting and turning. I give the fire enough to stay burning. Let's play a game.
A game?
That's what I'm serving, and if you win, you will get what you're yearning.
Deal.
Take a look right here at this bag. It has the winds of the storm all trapped. All you gotta do is not open this bag.
Sounds too easy, what's the catch?
Ha ha ha! Keep your
Just showing Odysseus' smarts again, like he did with Athena, not taking the gods like right away seriously, and be like, "Hey, what's the catch here? What's going on?"
but also it shows the way he went deal shows like overconfidence too
A
before
little bit
knowing
of
the
over.
full situation.
That
So
is
it's kind
true.
of both. Like he's overconfident, but even through that, he's still like pushing for the extra details.
Mhm. Apparently, the island in the sky was just a mistake Jorge made from his gaming background.
That's awesome.
According to Peanut. Also, oh, I forgot to mention this during Just a Man way back. If any of you have seen The Odyssey, the movie, they pay a tribute to Epic at the very end. I won't spoil the scene, but they play the do 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 in it. It's so cool. Anyway, I had to point that out because I completely forgot and then I just remembered it. So, um, anyway, back.
You also love the ha 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 at the beginning. I hear you do that all the time.
Ha ha ha.
At least I think I do. Yep.
Yeah. I like that one. It's very fun.
not open this bag.
Sounds too easy, what's the catch?
Ha ha ha! Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Never really know who you can trust. If they
Return of the Winions. Not the Lotus Eaters, but the Winions. Air Winions.
What?
That's another what?
Sometimes killing is a must. Or
Captain, what's happening? What's trapped in that bag? Something dangerous, friends, we mustn't lag.
full speed ahead. Guitar. We'll come back to that.
Mhm.
Open the bag. Let's see what you got. No, do not. Everybody listen closely. See how this bag is closed. That's how it's supposed to be. This bag has the storm inside. We cannot let the treasure rumor fly. We'll try.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Never really know who you can trust.
Now we wanna get the bag open so they can have closure.
Sometimes sneaking is a must.
Cause the end always justifies the means.
Everything's changed since Politis. So
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
never really know who you can trust.
trust.
For 9 days I've stayed wide awake, trying to make it home with no storm or tidal wave. I remain unopposed, the bag is still closed, and I'm getting closer to you. I can't wait to make some new memories. Time for me to be the father I never was. Just keep your eyes open. Why are my eyes and my heart and my soul so heavy? Just keep your eyes open. I keep on trying to embrace you both. Why won't you let me? Just keep your eyes open. So much has changed, but I'm the same. Yes, I'm the same. Just keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open.
Wake up. Wake up. Odysseus, they're opening the bag. Wake up! Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Never really know who you can trust. Where's the storm taking us?
I said to keep the bag closed, but you weren't compliant. If I had to guess, you're headed to the land of the giants.
I used to absolutely not like the person who voices Poseidon. I never liked his voice for the longest time, but it has grown on me so much. I love it.
It does.
Um,
They also had there as he was entering like a woo
hmm.
in the background. That was really cool.
I've seen pointed out several times that Odysseus and the crew were like so close to the island, like could almost see it, and then the bag was opened, and
Then blown away.
yep.
Yeah. We could go back. I talked over the what, at least in the stream. I heard that I covered that. Also, I think there was a hidden full speed ahead guitar as they
Ooh.
go, Captain, what's happened? What's trapped in that bag? I think there's a doo 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 doo.
Oh, okay, we can go back and look into
So
those.
we could listen to that part, and the crew going, "We'll try." I'm like, really?
All right, let me find the what.
Great wind god Aeolus,
I'll
I
start from
don't
here.
know if you know this, but our path to home is blocked by an
It's after the
impenetrable
wind goddess
storm.
Mhm.
speaks.
I ask for
Yeah.
your assistance.
Maybe I'll go there.
A game.
No, it's further here.
Sounds too easy. What's the
It's the crew, or after this
Yeah, it's when
part.
the crew comes up. Yep.
There it is. That was it is the what saga.
I don't know if you got to. I heard the what. I had to be quiet just because I'm delayed. But right after that, when Odysseus is coming back to the crew, listen for the guitar. I think it's full speed ahead.
Okay, I can keep playing. You felt the same way at first. You just voice acting as at least a little poor, but now I think it's great. Yeah, he does a great job.
captain? What's happened? What's trapped in that bag? Something dangerous.
It was
Frenzy.
just at the
What's the flag?
transition.
Yeah. Um. Oh wait, here's another what coming up after this part. Two what's in one song. um. The part that got me the first time I heard this song was everything changed since Polites. Ah, I've seen a double meaning of that one. It's everything's changed since Polites died, or everything changed since Polites joined the crew and Odysseus became softer. I've seen both.
Yeah, I like the latter interpretation where, like, once he started influencing Odysseus, but both work chronologically.
Mhm.
Also, like, it's that's when the crew starts to question Odysseus. At least after Polites dies,
Mhm.
they're starting to question him more. I had another thing or two, I think, on this one. There's a lot going on in this. When I think it's once the crew starts singing, so after the part with the guitar, the little motif I just mentioned, the prayer vocals that are at the beginning of the song are meshed with the chorus, and when you spend time listening to that while the rest of the song's going, it's just a different feel. So that's a good like re-listen thing is if you just pay attention to the background like vocal swells. It's kind of cool. Um, Another shout out like Jorge singing Odysseus in this one. He does I think a much better job building intensity than I've heard in some of the last songs. He just handles the intensity building extremely well in this one. Especially around the part where he's falling asleep, you hear the eagerness of like, I want my family. You're right there. Like,
Mhm. And that's
he
why so
carries
many
that.
people, I think it's because this is the moment like he can I think people have mentioned he can literally like see the island in this scene.
Yeah.
He's that close.
And
The
the
other
fact that his
ones,
voice can carry that meaning is a really good job.
yeah, that one, the other ones that he didn't build that as much, I think it was just more, okay, we just got to survive. Now he's like, look, I can literally see my island. We are right there. just wait a couple more days at most and don't touch the bag, and then they touch the bag.
Yeah. And I think was that Penelope
hmm
saying wake up? That wasn't Athena or the wind goddess, I don't
No.
think.
Well, it was his like
It was,
dream version of
or his
Penelope.
dream of Penelope.
Yeah.
That took me a few times before I got that.
Telemachus is also underneath of her voice. I don't know if you can hear.
What?
Yeah, yeah. If you listen, Telemachus is singing as well, I believe. Let me find it. Where is it?
Remember, I'm a few seconds behind.
I know. I'm gonna try to find it. No, before here. Okay. I'm gonna. There we go.
I heard it, I think. On the
Mhm.
first, keep your eyes open.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be singing Telemachus' parts when I hear that, 'cause it's different harmony.
Uh-huh.
I didn't...
But yeah,
Ah.
they have Telemachus underneath Penelope there as a sneaky little thing.
We got to get to the next song, probably, for
Yep.
time.
We're
Not
good.
in that one, though. That's a jam-packed.
Yeah. We'll end after this next one. We're still plenty good on time though. But yeah, one of the I'm just gonna say this too many times. I love Ruthlessness. This is such a good song. I love it. The waves at the beginning, so good.
Poseidon, in all my years of living, it isn't very often that I get pissed off. I try to chill with the waves, but damn, you crossed the line. I've been so gracious.
I like the drum beats there.
That's right, the Cyclops you made blind is mine. No, I'm left without a
Brad.
choice and without a doubt. Yes, the battle wolves are swimming with the shark now. I gotta make you bleed, I need to see you drown. But before you go, I need to make you learn how ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. Ourselves. You are the worst kind of good, 'cause you're not even great.
Ah, so good.
A Greek who reeks of false righteousness, that's what I hate. 'Cause you fight to save lives, but won't kill and don't get the job done. I mean, you totally could have avoided all this had you just killed my son. But no, you are far too nice. Mercy has a price. It's the final crack, we're about to break the ice now. You reveal your name, then you let him live. Unlike you, I've got no mercy left to give. 'Cause ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves.
The intensity of the instruments is just so good.
Mm-hmm.
And now it is finally time to say goodbye. Today you die, unless of course you apologize for my son's pain and all his cries. Poseidon, we meant no harm, we only hurt him to disarm him. We took no pleasure in his pain, we only wanted to escape. The line between naivety and hopefulness is almost invisible, so close your heart. The world is dark and ruthlessness is die.
Ah, so good. I love that part.
What have you a ripple become a tidal wave? 43 left under your command. When does a man become a master? I am your darkest moment, the monster that always draws near. Any last words? All I gotta do is open this bag. What?
Oh, this is such a good song.
Remember me.
It's so good.
I have
Um,
so many notes.
I have a
I'm
couple
sorry.
myself.
Go ahead with yours first.
Okay, so going back to the ASL that I was talking about, my favorite song that I've seen signed by one specific person on YouTube, and I'm sorry I cannot remember her name. Um, she, couple things she does is when the very beginning has happened, the Poseidon part. She first finger spells his name to the beat, um, and then makes a trident with her fingers, and then uses that as his name sign, which is really cool. A note from Peanut. This entire 10-year long journey took place across such a small section of the world that it could have taken 2 weeks. It took Odysseus 20 years.
You know, they even say that early in the saga where it's like it's not the distance, it's what lies in between.
Mhm. And that's why you close your bags even after opening them. um, Another sign language thing. Oh wait, nope, that's a different song. Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything else about that. The best part about sign language is during the part where they're saying captain, captain, and he's destroying all the boats. Is the absolute artistry and like terror you can put into those signs while like signing boats crashing apart and people drowning, and like it's so cinematic um in sign language that you can just it's so good. I think those are my two notes because my other one is for a later song.
Okay, I've got a few. Including a part I'm probably gonna go back and re-listen to, but I think the song, like, it's kind of a boss music song, but as they're going through it, they're actually motif-wise retelling the saga from Full Speed Ahead forward. There's motifs that harken back to almost each moment of the
Really?
story, which is pretty cool.
Cool.
I think we're gonna go back to around the time when uh Poseidon is you are far too nice, mercy has a price. That whole build, I think we're gonna go back there because there's several instruments I'm gonna call out.
Mhm.
But maybe before we do, kind of towards the second or final part of the song, I notice as Odysseus talks, they're scaling back the instruments the longer he's talking, which is kind of a neat little
Huh.
oh, is he persuading? Is he working? And then Poseidon starts back in with the line between naivety.
Uh huh.
Like there's almost nothing when he's saying that. There's very little because then it builds back up like a wave into
Uh
the
huh.
tidal wave. So the up and down of the song is pretty cool there.
Mhm.
Um, some of the more obvious vocal parts, obviously, good use of just a man. When does a man become a monster? With the crew looking at Poseidon, that was a very good touch. Darkest moment, calling back to Odysseus yelling at the Cyclops. Um, I was trying to remember when he opens the windbag. I don't know. Maybe we can go back and listen to that. But when he opens the windbag, what theme
Ooh.
is that that's playing on the brass? I want to say it's Odysseus's theme, but I don't know which one of these is supposed to be his.
Let me go back and try to find it. Uh,
Da, 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 da.
when Odysseus opens the windbag,
Yeah.
I'll start from
The
here.
monster that always draws near. Any last words? All I gotta do is open this bag. What?
it's Storm?
I don't think it's Storm. But I don't. I could be wrong.
Or is it Great Wind God Aeolus? It might be
Mm,
Great Wind God Aeolus,
that one's.
like the opening.
No, that's. Do 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 do. Uh,
The vocal line of his though.
uh,
Great Wind God Aeolus. Da, 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 da. No,
maybe.
it's not.
I don't
I don't
think
know.
it is.
We could put a bounty on that one. I want to figure out which one that is. That's a motif they've used before, I'm sure. I just forget which one.
Hmm.
And then remember me at the end. Is that Poseidon speaking it? I think it
Yes,
is. I could see it either
it
way.
is. It is
It's
Poseidon speaking
Poseidon.
it.
Okay. So another harken back to Odysseus and how he was talking to Cyclops, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
Because that's Odysseus says, remember me.
Mhm.
So a lot of retelling. That was the more obvious stuff. But let's go back to, if we have the time,
Yeah.
the you are far too nice. Mercy has a price. That section, and maybe pause when you get there, and I'll explain what I'm listening for, because I'm
Okay.
behind you.
Yeah. Let me find it first.
It's a false righteousness, that's what I hate.
Uh, where is it?
Unlike you, I've got you
There we go. Okay.
the price.
Uh,
Okay, I found it.
let's actually go. Let's. Where was false righteousness? I think we were. Were we there already?
It's further back,
Yeah.
right here. Do you want me to play it?
I'm listening. Go back a little bit more and then hit play. And remember, I'm behind.
The worst kind of good, cause you're not even great. A Greek who reeks of false righteousness, that's what I hate.
Just let me listen to it for a
Cause you
second.
Mhm.
fight to save lives, but won't kill and don't get the job done.
Okay, let's pause there and let's go back to the beginning of this section. So some things I'll call out for. I think it might even be earlier, but the brass build starts early. I think it's before false righteousness. So we have back more to go, but the brass goes ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. Like the climbing of it is pretty good, and they do that. I noticed before Poseidon even sings the chorus.
Hmm.
They start that melody from the brass, so it's a nice little foreshadowing of what's coming up. Um, and then the false righteousness piece, there's the piano, and I'm wondering if I can't tell if that's ruthlessness that plays, or if it's like a Athena, my goodbye or something.
It's
So
not
maybe
Athena. I
another.
think it's just more
You think it's
like
this song?
I think it's this song. I don't think it's a callback to anything. I think it's just this song specific. Just making it
Okay.
feel like a rainstorm with like the rain falling down and the wind, and I think that's what it's meant to be.
Because it could be a harken back to your false righteousness is coming from your chosen status as Athena,
Mm.
or from Athena, you know? So he's like kind of jabbing at that
Mm.
because Athena told him, "Hey, kill," and he's like, "No, I have mercy." Because then the next thing it goes to into the guitar, don't get the job done. The guitar goes da 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 da. I was wondering if that was full speed ahead or open arms or something. That was a very selective motif.
Hmm.
So after false righteousness, don't get the job done. Those two motifs maybe we'll listen to and then move on. And then the brass coming up with the main lines. Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. Always fun to like sing that in my head as I hear the brass.
Mhm.
And at the end, the you were far too nice. Mercy had a price. I like the kind of the whoo in the background. I like to think those are the Cyclops like getting back into the song. You
Yeah.
know?
Um, thematically, I think this song is supposed to be sung near the island of the giants with the Listrygonians, which is another type
Oh,
of like monster, mythic monster.
that's probably it.
Um, so I think that's what the background, like the background vocals are supposed to be, is those giants, because they're near the giants island. So I think that's what that is.
I always thought it was the Cyclops, but I think I'm wrong on that. But
Yeah,
poetic all
it's
the
the
same.
Listrygonians. Listed
So I don't know
Gunnings?
if we want to go through that section one more time just to hear the motifs and then move on, but there's a lot of like storytelling motifs with the side instruments on that.
Mm.
It's kind of good 'cause you're not even great. A Greek who reeks of false righteousness, that's what I hate. 'Cause you fight to save lives but won't kill and don't get the job done. I mean, you totally could have avoided all this had you just killed my son.
I
But
don't know the
no,
motifs.
you are far too
Right there, right before he said you were far too nice, that is the storm motif, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll go back just a tiny bit, but
But no, you are far too nice. Mercy has a price. It's the final crack. We're about to break the ice now. You reveal your name.
okay,
Then
bye,
you
Peanut.
let him leave.
Thank you for joining.
Thanks for joining.
Left to give 'cause ruthlessness.
Okay, I'll pause there. But yeah, they had the storm motif underneath that, which is really cool.
I'll be curious if others listen. If you guys let us know later what some of these motifs are that I'm calling bounties on, because I want to know.
All right, anything else before we close out?
Not for me on this.
All right. We're gonna stop here because we have Dungeons and Dragons in a little bit, and I'm super excited. So we got through one, two, three, four, five, 3 of 9 sagas. So I'm assuming this is going to be maybe a 3 video series. I'll try to time it for when Andrew can join because you have a lot more insight on the musical side of things than I do.
Or it's
Um,
made up.
yeah. I'm just here because I like the music. But Jorge and the cast did such a good job on this musical. It's so good. There's so much to unpack in it, and I could spend hours listening to it. And I do spend hours listening to it on the way home from work. Anyway, well, thank you everyone who joined and listened and came along with our dissection kind of this musical. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care and have a good one. Bye.
Bye.